Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. Yesterday, we done with the demo number 1, and today I'm going to be, having second demo. This is the final demo. So after this demo, you will be able to get payment links. You have to make the payment and continue with the classes from Monday. Tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, we don't have any classes Saturday and Sunday. Next class will be on Monday with the same timing, but the meeting ID is going to change. So you do the payments and everything, and with phone pay and or bank transfer, whatever it is. So you continue further in this class. So SSIS is very much easy, and you can easily get a job with the help of ETL and SQL Server. And if you don't have the SQL knowledge, then definitely, coming into IT industry will be, tough. So compulsorily, along with the SSIS or Power BI, we must learn SQL Server. SQL Server, not basics, completely basics with advanced you have to learn. So we don't have any live classes. You have to buy the videos and you have to learn SQL Server along with SSIS. So SSIS, you daily attend morning live classes. SQL Server videos you purchase from us, and which are available in Telugu and English. You can buy whatever you wanted to have. And daily, you have to watch one video of SQL Server and write the notes in practice. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the SSIS class. If you have SSIS doubts or SQL doubts, you should be able to ask me in this batch regularly, right? So as I discussed, people who have joined today, they need to fill this form. People who have already filled it yesterday, you can ignore it. This form is going to be containing this data: email address, full name, course details, location or country or the city, mobile number, and click on subscribe. Whatever be the reason, if you're not able to fill the form, you can send me your details to bhaskarjogi@gmail.com, and you will be able to get daily recorded videos, plus you will be able to get the discounted price when you fill the form. Otherwise, you are not allowed to get the discounts. Now, as we know, the course duration for SSIS is 25 days. Monday to Friday only we will have classes. Saturday, Sunday, I never take any class. So maximum in 1 month time we can complete the course. Daily 1 hour will be there, morning 9:30 to 10:30 as of now. The same timings will be continuing. All live classes recorded is are shared with you, and all interview questions are shared. Project explanation is provided. One mini project is also covered for free. That is called Amazon project. Interview tips and tricks are given. CV preparation guidance is provided, and sample CVs also I'll be giving it to you. And you can create a CV, send it to me for review. I'll be reviewing it, and I can send it to you, and you can upload the CV as per your convenience to Naukri portals and everywhere. So if you wanted to get into IT industry, SQL and ETL, only these two skills are sufficient. But if you wanted to have more skill means, I strongly recommend you also learn Power BI, right? Because many companies are asking these three combinations. Okay, what are the combinations they'll ask? So data analytics means they're asking three combinations. What are they? One is that the company will tell you, do you know SQL or SQL Server? So, there are 45 videos, hours videos are available. You have to buy these videos and practice them. This is one syllabus you need to have. Then the next one, you can join SSIS. This will be live classes and 25 days, 24 hours of training. Plus, I strongly recommend Power BI, and this is completely a reporting tool. So, the new batch is going to be starting from June 1st, morning 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. You will have, Indian Standard Timing. Clear? So you can join this. Uh, this will be completed by that time, or you may have some 5, 6 classes will be, left. But if you want to continue with the Power BI, you can go. But you can have these two combinations also. You will be able to get a job. But if you need more and more jobs, and if you wanted to be there in the IT industry for more time means, you have to join Power BI. So every month first, we are going to be having one batch for Power BI. If you miss June batch, next batch will be July. If not August, every month only one batch for SSIS and one batch for Power BI. So these are the skills that you have to know without fail. And I'm going to give you data warehousing for free. This is also you must know. This is very, very small, 7 hours videos we are going to be giving for free. And this is also you must watch and complete. So this is what is called data analytics and everything. So that is what you need to plan. Yesterday, I clearly explained, but today, people who missed yesterday's demo, for them, I'm going to be explaining today. Okay. Now, 6 months validity for the course and the videos. So all the videos are going to be given in the portal. If you miss any class also, you should not be worried because that the video would have been recorded, kept in the portal. You can watch whenever you get a time. Okay, but make sure that you complete all the videos on time and write the notes, and you should be able to ask me any questions if you have in your mind. Clear? So that is what is the issue. Okay, guys. So Shiva asking, I need to ask SQL Advanced. So SQL Advanced you need not have, but if you are already working with the basic SQL, so you should be able to, go and join SQL Advanced and everything. Okay. So Shiva, what is the question you have? SQL Advanced, we are starting one more batch. So that batch, people already working with the SQL, and if they wanted to know more advanced topics, okay, for them we are starting one SQL advanced, course. I will unlock Shiva. I will give you time so that you can ask me at the end. Okay, if it is very very important means. Okay, so no problem. I'll give you time. Okay, now yesterday, we were talking about if you wanted to analyze the data, data is not available in a silver platter, right? So if you go to Amazon company, then you say that I wanted to analyze your data, give me your data. So the company will say, we don't have the data in a single premise, or we don't have the data in a single location, or we don't have a single software. We are using Java, .NET, SAP, this one, that one. We have a couple of softwares where the data is available. So, but we have the data in different locations. We have the data in different environments like, Android, Java, SAP, Linux, Windows. And the data that we have, it may be cleaned data, it may be uncleaned data. Okay, so we are not guaranteed, but definitely we will give you our data. You have to take our data from the different platforms. That is what the Amazon company will say. So what you have to do, you have to take the data of the Amazon company. Some of the data is there in India. Some of the data of Amazon may be there in US. Some of the data of Amazon may be there in Excel and SAP and Java, because Amazon company is doing business all over the world. So they don't keep the data in a single place. They will be keeping the data in the different places. So they in India, when you go to Amazon.com, they may be running a Java application. We do not know whether it is a Java or a not Java. We do not know this application. This is Amazon application. So do you know what is this application? How this is prepared? You don't know. But whenever you buy a product from Amazon, so what happens is that it is going to be taking the data and storing in the Java, or it may be a .NET, or it may be Angular JS website. We don't know. So end of the day, what you need to understand is it is not guaranteed that where the company is going to be storing the data. So the company may have Java application, SAP application, Excel application, but what we have to do, we need to get the data from here, and with the help of ETL, all the data is going to be extracting from here, and we are going to be keeping into the staging server. Staging means temporary. All the data you will be able to, okay, all the data you will be able to keep them in the staging server. In this, you're going to be performing a data cleaning activity, removing duplicates, correct misspelled data, split the data, merge the data, convert the data, whatever you wanted to do, that you're going to be doing in the staging server. Staging means temporary. So after clearing the data, what you do with the help of again ETL, once first time you're going to be getting the data from the sources, and all the data will be loaded into the data staging area. Again, you do the cleaning from there. If you wanted to get the data from the this server, staging server to final server, again we need to have one more ETL. So SSIS is going to be used. SSIS means SQL Server Integration Services. Okay, so this is a part of MSBI software, right? So SSIS is ETL software, so which is known as SQL Server Integration. Integration means combining services. Okay, so this is what is the part of MSBI. I will talk about MSBI. MSBI is going to be having three tools. One tool is SSIS. One more tool is called SSAS. So that is analysis services. The next tool is called reporting services. Okay, so these are the three tools called as Microsoft Business Intelligence, and SSIS and SSRS. SSIS is for the ETL software. Okay, and which is a analysis software. You will be able to understand this later. And this is what is called a reporting software. Clear? So this is released in year 2005. 2005 it is released year 2005, almost 18 years back. But after that you have one more software called Tableau BI, released in 2010. It is a purely a reporting software, and any non-technical guy can create a reports on that. Because of this, SSRS, it is also reporting software part of MSBI, it lost its business. So immediately what Microsoft has done, they have released Power BI so software to give a competition to Tableau BI. Now this software is released in 2015. This is the purely a reporting software. Clear. So we had reporting software in Microsoft. It is a Microsoft Business Intelligence, right? So MSBI, where you have three tools, SSIS and SSAS and SSRS. But this tool, completely technical people only can create a report. But immediately Tableau is a third party, not from Microsoft. It is, they have created this. It is a self-service. Self-service means anybody who do not know technical things, okay, they can prepare beautiful reports, and it is similar to your Excel sheets. Okay, that is how they prepared this Tableau BI. And because of this reporting tool, Microsoft started losing its business. Okay, so immediately in 2015, what they have done, so they have released Power BI. It is also self-service BI. Self-service BI means nobody, no technical people are needed to create the reports and all. And because of branding and everything, it became so popular. Now everybody is using Power BI, and they are stopped using SSRS, and they're using SSIS and SSAS and Power BI reporting software, and Tableau BI came to the second or third position. Clear? So that is how you need to understand. I'll talk about again MSBI, some more history is there. I will talk about it. Now Power BI is released. It is purely reporting software. Any people who do not know anything, any technical knowledge, not even Excel knowledge, not even SQL knowledge, no knowledge is, you're having, still you should be able to create a beautiful reports. You can work for the IT companies. That's what you need to understand. Okay, so all these things are very, very important to understand. Now, what is ETL? ETL means it's going to be going and extracting the data from multiple places, and all the data you're going to be keeping in the staging area, and all the data from the staging, the data will be cleaned. Again, with the help of this, the data will be loaded to the data warehousing. I will give you simple example so that you can understand. You don't have any water supply at your home. Normally what you do, morning 6 o'clock water tanker comes. So you go to street with your empty buckets. You take a bucket, this is your bucket. So you take one bucket or a ball, and you, your father, mother, everybody will go to the street, and you planning to collect the water. So what happens now? Automatically automatically uh, it is not going to happen. You supposed to take the complete, the water from the water tanker or the street pipelines are available from there. You should be able to pick up the data, pick up the water. So you take a bucket and go to the street. Now this is your bucket. You think like that. So data is completely full, and in another bucket also it is full. You take the data and this is your buckets of water and it is full. Now all the water you're going to be bringing, there is a drum at your home or house. So you're going to be putting the water into your drum or the tank. Clear? So that is what you're going to be doing regularly. Okay, now what happens if you again once you put the water, these buckets are again empty, right? These buckets are empty. Now again you go with the empty buckets, and it is empty bucket, empty bucket, empty bucket. Again you'll go back and you will be able to again collect the water second time, and it may take 2 minutes or 5 minutes, doesn't matter. So you should be able to simply go and get the data. So that is what you are going to be doing it, right? So you'll put the collect water again. So all the water, empty buckets are there. Again, you will be able to go and collect the water from here, and all the water you're going to be bringing and putting it here. So regularly, you are going to be putting the water, and the second day water also will come. So data warehousing, you can think as a tank or the drum. So these are called your buckets. Okay, so this is what is called wherever you're collecting the fresh water. Wherever from where you're collecting the fresh water, this is one server where you'll get the fresh data, fresh data, fresh data. For example, I go to Amazon.com today. Okay, I go to Amazon.com. I wanted to buy a laptop. So I search for the laptop and I will be able to make some payment, right? So when I choose one laptop, and this kind of a laptop, configurations you can buy, guys. So what is the configuration I'm talking about? So Intel Core i3 and a minimum 4 GB of RAM, but it is giving you 8 GB. 256 SSD hard disk. Windows 11 is a must, or Windows 10 is a must. And this kind of a things you can buy it. I will give you this link. People who want to buy laptops, you can just go, get this configuration. You can buy this. Clear? So now, once you make the payment here, this will be a fresh transaction, right? The fresh transaction, fresh data is going to be stored in one server. So I am from India. So this, transaction is going to be recorded in this machine. So you need to understand one thing here. So wherever you're storing the fresh data, those computers are called as OLTP computers. And wherever you're storing the old data, this is what is called OLAP computers. So what is OLTP here? So whatever the data you're able to see it. So these are called OLTP computers. Okay. These machines are called as OLTP machines. OLTP means wherever you're storing the fresh data. And so wherever you're storing the old data, so daily data you will be taking it and you will be putting it here. So what will happen? So all the yesterday's data, today's data, all the data will be available in the data warehousing. This is what is called OLAP application. You have two types of applications in the IT industry. One is called OLTP, where you have a fresh data is going to come, and you will be able to have read and write data, but 80% of the time you will be able to have writing only. For example, you go to banking. So morning to evening, what normally we do? We withdraw we withdraw, we transfer funds. Once in a while, we read what is the balance in the bank. Clear? But maximum time you are going to be using banking application for the writing of the data. Even in Amazon.com, do you think that people only reading, or they're also buying the products? They're reading the data, they're watching the website, they're also buying. So most of the time the companies are busy, the application is busy writing the data, but 20% of the time OLTP applications can be used to read the data. For example, what is my balance? I'm reading my balance. But maximum time, many people will be interacting with the banking applications. Banking application is a OLTP application. So people may ask you in the interview, have you seen any OLTP applications in this world? So whatever you're using, that is OLTP banking site. You wanted to book, train tickets, flight tickets, movie tickets, or you wanted to go to the bank and pay EMIs. So that is a fresh EMI every month you're going to be making. So the EMI system application is called as OLTP system. It could be Java, SAP, Android, it doesn't matter. So wherever you're interacting with the fresh data, that application is called as OLTP application. So whatever you're using today, all these are called as OLTP applications, where you will be able to have small amount of data, small size data is going to be there. So what is the data these applications are going to be storing in GBs only, not more than that. Clear? Whereas OLTP means what? OLTP means online transaction processing. It is very, very important interview question. So online transaction processing. So transaction means it is a lava devi in Telugu. So whatever you do is a transaction. Booking a flight ticket is a transaction. Canceling a flight ticket is a transaction. You call, go online trainings and inquire for courses. My name is Rahul, I wanted to have a SSIS course. They'll ask you, my team is going to be asking you, tell me your name, your phone number, from where you're calling. So they will be recording your data. So this is a transaction. You inquire about something. That is a transaction. You are attending a demo today and you're filling the form. That is also a transaction. Every transaction means a lava devi. According to IT industry, whenever you do any transaction, the data will be stored. So the data will be coming and storing into the where? In the OLAP system, online analytical system. So you have a fresh data and read-only data. So all the data we are going to be keeping, it is not the fresh data, it is a historical data. So what you do? You are going to take the data from here. You're going to take the data from here once in a month. When the server is full, you're going to be taking the data and putting into one more server. This server is called as a data warehouse server. Warehouse means go down. You wanted to store the data. So normally, how do you store the data in the computer? We are going to be installing SQL. SQL is RDBMS is used in the IT industry to store lot of structured data. Normally, we are doing a business. We have data in the tables and columns, tables, rows and columns. All the data you wanted to store, we are going to be having a bigger machine. In that machine, we are going to be installing a software called SQL or Oracle software. So this is going to be storing your data. You get data from Java, SAP, Excel, any data you get it, you clean the data. You're going to be putting the data into your warehouse. Warehouse means go down. So you have large amount of hardware. So daily data you will be able to get it. What is the size of this server? This server will be just like your buckets. What is the bucket size? 30-40 liter capacity. But what is the tank size? Tank will be, or drum will be 1,000 liter capacity, 2,000 liter capacity. Data warehousing is a tank. And these OLTP server just like your buckets, 30-40 liters means you will have only GBs of data you can store, not more than that. You may have some GBs of data, you will store it, but you can understand every month you're getting 500 GB of data every month. It will go here 500 GB per 1 month into 12 months of data. It will become 6,000 GBs of data. Clear? So it is equivalent to 6 terabytes of data into 10 years of data I want to store. It will become automatically 60 terabytes of data. So to store this data, OLTP cannot be used, because OLTP, the maximum size will not be just like a bucket. So how much water bucket can store? 30-40 liter, right? So OLTP, either Java or SAP server or Excel. So all these people can store only maximum 1 terabyte or lesser than that. GBs of data. 1 terabyte means maximum 1000 GB of data they can store or lesser than that. So you don't have the bigger size in your OLTP servers. OLTP server just like your buckets. What is the size of the bucket? 30-40 liter, right? So daily you collect the water with the buckets. These are the servers, OLTP, and you're going to be putting the water into the data warehouse. And data warehouse is your tank or a drum. So Like that, you're going to be storing the data every day. So, historical data, you will be in OLAP. OLAP is also called as data warehousing, and it is not read and write data. So, it is historical data, read only data. That is what you need to say, read only data. Every month, 500 GB you are going to be taking. So, it will become slowly terabytes of data. It is not a small amount of data, it is a large amount of data. So, both of them are two machines only. It may be OLTP machine. OLTP machine can be prepared with Java, .NET, blah, blah, blah. It is going to store some data. But what is the data it can store? It can accommodate just like your bucket, small amount of GBs of data. But once the bucket is full, when the server is full, you have to take the data and you need to dump it into a drum or the tank where daily data, monthly data, once in a month or once in a year. So you take this data every month or every year. Let me close this. Okay. So every month and every year, you will be able to get the data, but once in a month or once in a year, these servers are full. When the servers are full, what we are going to be doing it? We are going to be, 1 minute, let me just close this circle. What is happening? Okay. Once the buckets are full, you need to take the water and dump it here. So one day my friend told me, why you wanted to take the water from the buckets manually? Can't you buy a motor pump? Okay. So taking the water from here and lifting and putting into a drum is a manual work. So my friend told me not to do that. So he told me you buy one motor pump. So when you go to Google and you can search for the motor pump, lot of motor pumps are available, right? So you can buy one motor pump. Okay, now you can go. You have different motor pumps are available. So these are, for example, you buy this motor pump. This can get the data from any source. Okay, you can connect it to your bucket or you can connect it to a well. It will take the data and it is going to be dumping into a big drum or the tank. Right? You can put the tank here and all the water is going to be coming. And this is what is called a motor pump. This is what is called ETL. Clear? So this is what is called a motor pump. This is what is called ETL. Extracting the data. Extracting means reading the data. Transforming means cleaning and loading the data into the tank. So ETL means your motor pump. So it is from HP and this is 1 to 3 HP, different capacity machines and different companies are manufacturing. So Microsoft companies motor pump is called SSIS. Like that, we have IBM, we have a lot of other company. This is a Tucket motor pump. This is a Tucket. This is electrical. Lot of companies. So you have motor pump like ODI, Oracle Data Integrator. Data stage from IBM. So a lot of companies are providing ETL softwares. Not only SSIS. SSIS is Microsoft brand. Like that, different companies will manufacture this kind of a motors, right? Not only Microsoft, not only one company. So this is Informatica. Have you heard about Informatica? So that is also one more popular software where you can perform ETL operations. Clear? So ETL means what? It is nothing but a motor pump. It is going to be dumping the data from one place to another. So in your body, you have one motor pump. So what is your motor pump in your body? Your heart. It is pumping the blood from one place to another place. So you in your body also there is a pumping is happening. So blood pumping is going on. So in your body, the heart is called as ETL software or ETL device. Clear? So in your body, there is a cleaning process is also happening. So who's going to be cleaning? Your kidney. Kidney is called as a staging. Remember that. So whatever we are calling it as staging, staging means a temporary. It is going to be cleaning the data, right? So your ETL is going to be pumping the blood from one place to another place. Your kidney is going to be cleaning the blood and again it is going to be returning to the entire body. Clear? So that is what you got to understand. So daily what I'm trying to do, get the water from here and I will get the water from here, water from here, water from here. Directly, I'm going to be taking and putting the water into a tank. So this is what is happening. But one day, my mother told me the water is not so clean. The water is not so clean. So what should I do? I have to buy one more tank. This is one more tank. I have to buy it. This is one tank or the drum. Okay. And initially, all the water I'll be collecting and putting into this tank. I'll be cleaning it here from this tank to this tank. Again, this is also one more tank, data warehouse. Clear? Again, after cleaning it, what I do, I'll take the water from here with the help of one more motor. I'll be putting into a final tank. Clear? So you have one tank here. This is where you're going to be cleaning the water. So the water cleaning can be chlorination cleaning or reverse osmosis, or you may boil the water. You do different techniques. So forget about the techniques. Initial water will be dumped onto initial stage server. Staging means temporary, where the data is going to be cleaned. Cleaned data will be going to the one more tank that is called as a data warehouse. So that is what you got to understand. Clear? Now, once data is there, you're going to be having large amount of data. Okay. We have only data, nothing is going to work, right? So with help of a data, you have to take the data and you need to process the data. For example, you are buying some vegetables and cleaning the vegetables, keeping the vegetables in the refrigerator. Your data warehouse is a refrigerator. But if you keep only vegetables in the refrigerator, that is not going to be, giving you food, right? So you have to take the vegetables from the refrigerator and you need to process those vegetables. You need to cook the vegetables. So which tool you're going to be using to cook the vegetables? You have to go to a kitchen, right? You need to use a stove and you need to cut the vegetable. Lot of things you're going to be doing. So we use one more software called SSIS. Okay. So here we are going to process the data. For example, I have data like 10 and 20. I have two rows. 10 and 20 is there. I wanted to know what is the total. Total means I wanted to get processing. So some processing I need to do. The 10 and 10 20, 10 plus 20 equal to 30. The 30 is can be given when you process the data. Processing means I'm talking about simple summing operation. It could be summing operation, it could be average, minimum, maximum, any kind of a processing operation if you wanted to do on the data. That is where we are going to be using SSAS. Now you understand, you go to one shop, you buy some items. So immediately what they do, not now, initial days, they will be using a calculator and doing the total sum. But if I have 10, 20 rows, 100 rows, I can use a calculator. But if I have 1 million data, can I use a calculator to get the sums? No, data warehouse only to store the data. Data warehouse, just like a refrigerator or just like a tank, you can store the data. But if you wanted to perform the some kind of a total, what is the total sales has happened? What is the total amount collected last month? What is the total, average sales happened in the last year? If you wanted to get this kind of a aggregations or the total means, you have to send the data to one more application called SSAS. Now SSAS is also part of MSBI. Now, I was talking about this, right? So, SQL Server Analysis Services, it is going to be taking the data, creating all aggregations. Aggregation means summing operation, average. Now, you want to find out what is the minimum, what is the maximum. A lot of things I would like to do, right? So, all of them, I would like to count something. When you have a large amount of data, this is what is going to be processing. So, analysis means here, it is going to be processing the data. Okay, process means all these operations are going to be happening here. Now, the process data need to be displayed, right? For the displaying purpose, what normally we do, we take the process data, your kitchen, you prepared the food. After that, what you do? You serve the food in the plate. So you have to take this data and dump into where? In the reporting. You may take Power BI, you may take Excel, or you may take any other SSRS or anywhere. You're going to be displaying the data. So this is what is the total sales. You take the vegetable, you prepare the food. After that, what you do? In a plate, you're going to be displaying with the proper garnishing and everything. So reporting means whatever the aggregations has happened, it is going to be giving you Current month sales is $30 billion. Last month sales is $18 billion. You wanted to have last month sales and current month sales. You would like to have a proper visualization. That visualization can be done on the report only. This report will be given to an end user. Okay, so that is what you got to understand. So you will be able to create a lot of reports. This report will be given to your business, HODs or managers. So they will be able to understand how the company is going on, how the things are happening. So if you wanted to create a report, we have to do big circus. We have to do big circus. Go to the sources, get the data, clean the data. After cleaning it, again load the data into the data warehousing. If you load the data, that is not sufficient. You need to again process the data. You need to create SSIS application, get the aggregations and everything. When you aggregate the data, when you prepare the food, that is not important. Prepared food needs to be served in the proper plate. So you have to take a reporting software, all the sales and everything that you need to cleanly put it into visualization. This visualization you have to give it to the HODs or the managers. These people can understand how the sales is happening and they will take the decisions. Clear? So this is how we are going to be working with the company. So creating a report is in 2 minutes job. But if you wanted to deal with, the reporting, definitely you have to get the data from the OLTP, and after that what you do. Okay, after that I wanted to have this data. I wanted to take it. I would like to keep the data here. I wanted to clean the data, and the cleaned data will be going here and maintaining. So Shahul or Rahul is asking a beautiful question. What is the question? I'll be pasting now. Okay. The beautiful question he asked. Let me answer this. So he's asking me, sir. Now read. He's asking Rahul, as I check in Amazon, Amazon is a OLTP, will maintain fresh data, but I can see my order history data of 2017 also, how I'm getting historical data. Now you need to understand one more thing. So what is that the company wanted to show you? That is the company decide. So they may keep 1 month data, or they may keep 3 months data, or they may keep 3 years data, or they may keep whatever the data they wanted to keep, they will be keeping in the OLTP server. That is their decision. Clear? So, and we have OLAP, right? So what is the data I wanted to keep it here? Fresh means, if you make a transaction now, and after 1 minute, this transaction will become historical data, right? So every minute data I'm not going to be taking. I wanted to maintain at least according to the RBI rule. What is the RBI rule? According to RBI, you have to minimum maintain 3 years data, 2 years data, 6 months data in your OLTP. So the companies will maintain according to that. But beyond that, for example, I opened ICICI Bank, there is an account. When did I open? I opened in 2001. Now what is the year 2003? Clear? Now I go to ICICI Bank. I wanted to see the 2005 transaction. Can I see it? But I may be able to see 2022 transactions. Why I'm able to see? Because the company may be, or 2021 transactions I'm able to see. The company may maintain some history here, but not the complete. So they will say, this is what is the fresh data. So when the 2024 comes, what they do, they remove this data also from here. So they'll show you last 3 years data, last 3 months data, last 1 year data. It depends upon the company to company what is the data they want to maintain in OLTP. But definitely they don't want to maintain last 20 years data. You go to Amazon.com and you look, they don't maintain the complete data. Right? You may be opening your account in 2010. You just go back and ask. They don't give you any data of that. They will say it is beyond our range. You can go to ICICI Bank. You can say, I wanted to get the data from 1992. Okay. 1990 onwards. I have opened, my father is opened an account State Bank of India. Till date transaction, I would like to get it from State Bank of India. Can I get it? The answer is no. So where should I, go and get it? You need to go to data warehousing and you can get the data last 20 years. The present 2 years data, 1 year data, they may be maintaining in the OLTP applications. Clear? So fresh means it is not only today's data, yesterday's data. The company will maintain some historical data in this because they wanted to answer their the queries, or what they do it. Some companies what they do it, if they don't have your data, so they can also get the data from the OLAP machines. That data they will be able to combine and they will be able to show you in your reporting. That is also one more trick we can say. For example, I may maintain 2023 data here, but I don't have the historical data. What I can say, for example, asking 2015 sales to remaining sales also till 2022. So what I can do, I can take the data from here, I can combine it. This data I can combine with this data, I can show you, but you will be able to get the report where you will be able to see all the transaction, but you don't know that this data coming for like this year data coming from here, remaining data it is fetching from one more server, that we are not aware. Am I clear? So it may be maintaining last 3 months data, 6 months data, or it may be maintaining the data from here and the historical data is getting it from here. It is going to be combining. So different techniques the company is going to be using. It doesn't mean that OLTP servers are going to be maintaining the complete data. It cannot, right? If it is maintaining, what will happen? Also tell you, when the data is more and more, but every month the data is more, these servers will become heavy. When the servers are heavy, when you have more luggage, what happens? Slowly you will become, performance wise these servers will not respond. When the servers will not respond, what they do, they keep on increasing the hardware, but how long they will increase the hardware? You tell me, how long they can increase the hardware? So it cannot happen. The better thing is that, the better thing, instead of increasing the hardware every time, they take the data from here, they'll be maintaining into one more computer. So they may maintain 6 months data, 3 months data, 1 year data, 3 years data, that company to company will manage, and they will be able to have this data. Or they will have a lot of other things. So they will have some data here. If you ask a report, they will be able to combine the data from here, or they have one more called ODS, operational data source. In that also they'll maintain one more data, and you will be able to get this kind of a data. It does not mean that OLTP maintain complete historical data. Am I clear? Okay, so that is how you got to understand. Chalo. Now, when you have this data, now what ETL is going to be doing? ETL simply taking the data from OLTP machines. So every month, maybe you're putting the data, or every annum, you're maybe putting the data, or every Saturday, every Sunday, the SSIS is going to be running and putting the data. So you will be able to see the reports. So you will have the report till last Sunday or this Sunday. So after that, you have the data here only. So after the Sunday, or after 1 month, or after 1 year, if you don't run the package, you don't get the latest data here. So when you get the latest data, when you run the package, clear? This package or this program is going to be running not every minute, every day, once in a while, once in a month, or once in a Sunday, or once in a alternative Sundays, or once in a year, once in a quarter, depends upon the schedule, it depends upon the requirement, you are going to be dumping the data. Clear? So if you wanted to get into data analytics, so compulsorily you have to have one ETL. So SSIS is a on-premises ETL, and Microsoft is giving you one more cloud ETL, that is called ADF. Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks. These are the cloud-based ETL softwares. You can also use this. Cloud means you need not install the softwares in your computer. These are online. SSIS means you have to compulsorily install this software in your computer. So if you know SSIS, ADF or ADB, you can learn within 10-15 days, because a lot of ETL concepts you can understand thoroughly in SSIS. So understanding ADF tomorrow, because cloud-based ETL software, Azure Data Factory, if somebody asks you in the company after 1 year, you join the company, they'll say, hey, you should also know EDF. What is ADF? Azure Data Factory, which is also cloud-based ETL software. Cloud means online. You need not install any software in your computer, still you will be able to perform the ETL operations. Clear? ADB means Azure Data Factory, and ADF is completely drag and drop, and ADB where you need to write the coding, Python coding and everything you need to write. But in SSIS, we are not going to be writing any Python coding. Simply, you have to know SQL Server knowledge. So SSIS for 25 days. Okay, 25 classes from Monday we are going to be dealing with. And data warehousing also you need to know, this is a 1 week syllabus, videos will be given, you can watch. And SSAS, if you wanted to learn, you can give the videos, it will be for 5 days you can learn this. And Power BI will be for 45 days. If you wanted to learn, you can learn, and different timings are available. You can choose SSIS along with the SQL Server. You can continue. Clear? So ETL is going to be taking the data, cleaning the data, and loading the data into the data warehousing. After that, ETL activity will not be there. So what is the purpose of ETL activity? Means data pumping activity or data extra, import export activity. That's it. It's simply copy paste the data one platform to another platform. That's it. So what is the ETL means? It is simply data importing and exporting software. That is what you need to understand. Clear? But after that, what you do? You process the data, you create a report. You are going to be giving the report to the HOD so that they can analyze the data. Data analytics means understanding the past. Data science means predicting the future. So you will be able to ask the question, what was my business in last 5 years in India? What was the business in South India for last 5 years? This kind of a data, this kind of a questions are asked. So understanding the past is called as a data analytics or called as a business intelligence. So data science means predicting. So what would be my sales in next 5 years in India? So this will be the prediction, right? So this is the data science question. You have to predict the uh, data using historical data of the Amazon.com. Clear? So remember, without data, we cannot perform data analytics or the data science application. Data science is very, very good, but only thing is that it is more complicated, and minimum 2 years of efforts you need to keep, you need to put to go into data science. But instead of that, you can go into data analytics. Data analytics means SSIS, ETL, data warehousing and reporting with the SQL. If you know this, it will be most sufficient for you to get into job. Minimum 3 months take it will take if you complete all these things. SSIS, data warehousing and Power BI, data warehousing. SSIS means 3 to 4 months it will take. You can easily get into IT industry. But now we are going to be concentrating on what? And completely ETL, how to get the data from the sources, how to dump the data into the destination. Destination need not be data warehouse. It can be anything. I wanted to get the data from SQL Server, dump into Oracle. How do I do that? You may create a ETL packages or ETL software, you can use it. So any platform, any source, any platform could be your destination. Need not be data warehouse. Clear? From any place to any place, if you wanted to migrate the data, dump the data, we can use ETL softwares. Clear? So Microsoft ETL is very, very popular in the Microsoft where. So we have to know what is the OLTP, what is the OLAP. So it is small size data. So end users are going to be giving you this data, and who's going to be using? HODs means business users. Okay. And one more point you don't understand, which is a normalized data. You don't understand this. You will be able to learn this later. And this is what is called denormalized data. You don't understand, but these are interview point. You have to tell all these things. Okay, what is a normalization? You will be able to learn as part of data warehousing and SQL. You should not be worried. So less indexes are created. What is the index again? It is a SQL question, and you will be able to understand when you learn complete SQL. Okay, more indexes are used. Okay, so these are the important interview questions. What is OLTP? What is OLAP? Fresh data. So the sizes of the OLTP servers are small, maybe in GBs. When the server is full, the data will be taken from there, and the data will be dumped into a data warehousing machine. And a data warehousing machine is going to be maintaining last 20 years of data of the company, and the present data, last 6 months data or last 1 year data or last 2 years data will be maintained in the OLTP system. Beyond that, it is not going to be there. Clear? Read and write data, small size data, normalized data, less indexes are there. End users are going to be giving the data in this. So I'm the end user to ICICI Bank, but my brother is working for ICICI Bank as a sales manager. He will become a business user. So who's going to be analyzing this data? Not me. I'm an end user to ICICI Bank. My brother is working for ICICI Bank as a regional level sales head. He's going to be analyzing the sales data by by seeing all the reports. There is a reporting team or BA team will be there. My brother is going to be asking the reports. I need this kind of a report. I need this kind of a report. So all of them will be prepared by a BA team, and we are going to be giving the reports to the business heads or the HODs or the CEOs or the board of directors of the company. So they will analyze the reports, not we. We are not going to analyze the reports anymore. We are only creator of a report. But if you wanted to create a report, you have to get the data, clean the data, put the data into the data warehousing. So this is what is called from here to here. From here to here, we'll put the data. So this is what is called data engineering activity, data preparation activity. To create a report, you have to get the data, clean the data, prepare the data. So this is what is called data preparation, data engineering. Clear? So after that, you process the data, you create a report. So as I told you, there are two activities are going to be there in the data analytics. Data analytics means data preparation. Okay, or it is also called as a data engineering, plus you're going to be creating a reports on out of that. So, okay, data preparation will take a lot of time. So for the data preparation wise, you need to know SQL, ETL, and you have to know data warehousing concept. So all of them, you need to know data modeling and everything. Reporting purpose, we have to learn Power BI, or Excel is also a reporting tool, or SSRS, or any software you can use it. So data analytics or a business intelligence means data preparation, data engineering. That's what I told you yesterday. If you wanted to prepare a food, chicken biryani, anybody can make a chicken biryani within 1 hour. Make sure if the ingredients are ready. If they're not ready, if they're not ready, what will happen? You have to go to the shop, buy vegetables, buy chicken, buy rice. You need to clean them and get spices. You need to grind them and save them and marinate them and keep everything ready. Then a chef can come. He's going to be preparing the food within 1 hour. So if get the data, get the vegetables, get the chicken, this will take a lot of time. That is what is called a food preparation. Cooking anybody can do within 1 hour. So if you wanted to prepare a food for 1,000 people, if you wanted to prepare for 1,000 people, so preparing can be done within 1 day. So afternoon chef is going to be coming, and 1 o'clock he will light the stove. 5 o'clock the food is ready. But to get the food, raw material, raw vegetables, get the vegetables, clean the vegetable, chop the vegetables, marinate the vegetables, and get the chicken, clean the chicken, marinate the chicken. So this will take at least 10 days of time. Clear? So data preparation will take a lot of time. Cooking will be done in 1 day, just 1 day, just half a day. 1 o'clock the chef is going to come. All the chicken and the biryani is, the raw items are ready. He will light the stove within 2-3 hours. He can prepare the food for 1,000 people. So creating a reporting is very easy task. One, when you have the complete data, everything is ready in your data warehousing means just open the data warehouse, process and create a lot of big reports. So reporting is very easy. What is very difficult task? Data engineering. Clear? Data engineering is also called as a data preparation. Data engineering is also called as a data preparation. That is what you got to understand. You should be able to work with this. Okay, so when you're working with the ETLs and everything, you're working with the data preparation. Once you have the clean data in the data warehouse, then after that you have to cook the data, cook the process the food, and after that you need to serve the food into the platter or the plate. So this is what you got to understand, guys. So ETL guys are data engineering guys. ETL guys are what? Data engineering. So that's what you got to understand. Any question? You're welcome. Otherwise, we are good. And we'll talk about all what is ETL and everything later. And in what is a transformation, all of them we're going to be discussing later. What is the data warehousing? We'll discuss in detail later. Okay. Now, at this can see SSRS tool as per the industry standards are only Power BI. If you learn Power BI, SSRS is that easy. Any tool you can learn if you know one reporting tool, one ETL tool. If you learn that is more than sufficient. Always you better learn the Power BI because it is in more demand. Okay? Yeah. SSRS is need not. Chalo guys. Am I clear? You have any questions? Thank you guys.